Welcome to day 19 of the Daily Doodle December Challenge. Before we dive into our doodle for today, let's do our usual 3 big breaths together to fully arrive. We'll start by breathing in deeply through the nose, and then exhale through the mouth with a big sigh. Inhaling again through the nose, exhaling through the mouth, releasing any tension in the body, and then inhaling one more time, exhaling, releasing any worries or busy thoughts so that we can be fully focused on our doodle for today. So today it's a fairly structured doodle. We're going to start with a line straightish down the center, and then across, again, best of our abilities, centered, and then coming up through there, corner to corner, and then same this way. And then we are going to draw what are essentially going to be flower petals that mostly fill the entire space. Whoops. So you may or may not draw along the lines again, but you may just kind of do the loop-de-doop parts. Curves. And the bigger you make these petals, the less coloring you'll do, but so that one ended up not very curved. But as you know, if you've been following along, I embrace imperfections like this. Now we're going to come and color in any of the sections that are not the petals. I'm using a 0.07 millimeter pen today. Somewhere along the way I switched. I had been using a 1.0 for many of the doodles. So this one's a little bit more fine than that. I really like to demonstrate how lots of different supplies can work. Even if you just grab a typical office pen out of your drawer, either a gel pen or a roller ball or a ballpoint, you can doodle. Now, admittedly, coloring with a ballpoint is not going to be as easy. But if you were doodling with a ballpoint pen, you could do the coloring maybe with something else, even a pencil crayon. So I feel like I probably wanted to section that off like that. And I can even curve this more now. And then color, and a little bit more with black. Okay, there we go. And as you can see, some of these are a bit thicker, some of them are a bit thinner. It's all good. You could leave it like that. I think I'm going to come back over these thinner ones, make them a little bit thicker, just so that there's a tiny bit more evenness from section to section. Then I'm going to come and just do a big, close to a circle as I can get, center. Now I'm going to add a bit of detail to each petal. So I'm not going to overthink this or be super precise. You're drawing a line up the middle and then kind of a little doot curve and a doot curve. Oh, and you can see. So in the end, it might end up looking a bit sketchy like this. Sketchy like imprecise. As though you'd sort of quickly sketched it with a pencil. So this one is more like what I was aiming for over here, but it got a little bit messed up. Won't call it a mistake, we'll call them unintended marks. But you'll see that by the end, it doesn't matter. And some of them might have 5 lines, some of them might have a few more. Oops. And because I'm sort of drawing kind of with a lighter touch, I guess, I seem to be getting slightly thinner lines with my black pen. So that would be it if you were stopping and only doing doodling with your black pen. I'm going to add some detail with my sparkly gel pens. So I'm going to go around each of these petals with silver. Add some bling and help them pop out against this black background. And then in the center, I'm going to come in and do little tiny circles, little sort of empty donuts. Now again, you could leave it like that. You could add dots. I'm going to add some actual color. And today for this one, I'll do shades of purple, I think. So I'm going to start with a light shade. Do the whole petal. Fairly uniformly, kind of medium pressure. Super simple, nothing fancy. Then I'm going to come back in with a slightly darker shade, do from the center up to about halfway. And I'm kind of making it sort of follow the shape, making it like a little bit shorter at the edges of the petal and then a bit longer right in the center of the petal. There we go. I'm going to take an even darker purple and do the same thing, but keep it closer to the center. Trying to create the illusion of some depth and a tiny bit of an ombre effect. So that's quite beautiful on its own, but I think I'm also going to do some silver dots, like up and down the center. I'm not worrying about if it falls in between the lines of the detail lines that I drew, because they were so inconsistent and wonky. I'm just dotting up and back down, roughly in the center. You could do dots all over the petals. You could do dots focused close to the center of the flower, so on the darkest purple only. Lots of different variations that you could do. So there you have it. That's our doodle for day 19. Now I will color in my tracking star for the day with blue. I love the sound of the marker on the page. It's like an ASMR experience, giving me tingles up my spine a little bit. And there we have it. The days are filling up. Now I'll show you the sample for greens and golds. And then the other sample I've been showing each day is for blues and silver on the week at a glance page, so a bigger space. Hopefully that gives you lots of inspiration for your doodles today. And I hope I'll see you back here tomorrow for some more relaxing doodling.